Well, we all gathered here pretty much to learn some things about pain. One thing we all can agree on is that we really don't want to have pain. Uh, Anything else we can have our differences on, but when pain is starting, we know that we have to say stop. We don't want it no more. I want to teach a little bit about the mechanisms behind pain, the biochemistry about pain, so we can learn how this actually starts and what we can do to actually fight it. In our brain, there is something we have called the limbic system, and it's associated with the emotion behind pain. When there's pain, the perception of pain, there's going to be wherever that injury might have occurred. It could have been an injured cell, a damaged cell, skin cell, epithelial cell, anywhere. Wherever that injury has occurred, there's going to be a transmission of signals. And those signals are basically coming from chemicals. They tell us to say no already. But soon as we feel some type of pain, we go ahead and go to the doctor, and we're going to learn how to do something different. But once we learn the pharmaceutical mechanism behind it, then we can start worrying about what naturally we can do. There are natural phytochemicals that block substance P. There are all these different pathways that pain can travel up. Prostaglandins are basically made within the COX-1 and COX-2. We have to be able to block those. We'll do a little demonstration just to show. If this was a damaged cell, as we can see, there's a big hole in it. It's somebody laceration, lesion, or whatever. There's a big hole in it. Down at the neuron sensory nerves, down at the bottom here, they will start to feel those chemicals down at the bottom and start to break off and go down to the dorsal root ganglia. So the medicine will come in there, break off inside of there, and stop some of the pain. Basically masking it, temporarily fixing it for a little while until this wears out, maybe an hour later or 2 hours later, and that goes away. Pain comes right back, okay? What we want to be able to do as an adaptability of it is be able to fit something in there so that it can stay permanently. Aspirin has that ability. Aspirin actually has salicylic acid coming from white willow bark tree. It's an ancient remedy that has been synthesized within the pharmaceutical industry now, has been tampered with it and made it not what we're supposed to be using today. But if you use it, you want to make sure that it is 99% salicylic acid. You get these from a chemical store, and you can use aspirin to block it permanently. But we need to start to be adaptive by using the foods, using the herbs to basically cause like an anti-inflammatory diet. Start being adaptive to that, So there are foods that we are eating that is contributing to the pain every single day. We're eating grains. The fact is that most of our grains are being sprayed with pesticides, and it's sprayed twice, before the harvest and during the harvest. What we're facing right now during this time is glyphosate poisoning, and it's causing a lot of silent inflammation that's going on. It can be in your gut, because a lot of people have celiacs, a lot of people have Crohn's, a lot of people have irritable bowel syndrome just based on, and these are all inflammatory conditions based on just grains. So if we can get away from the grains, that's going to teach us a lot about our system. The processed foods, all the different chemicals that are inside of processed foods, the soy, MSGs, all the different preservatives, the aluminums and leads and all those different things that are there. Even if you're microwaving it, it's radiated. It's a lot of things that's going on with that because it's causing an inflammatory response. The fast foods, we already know. We got to stay away from the hydrolyzed oil. It's making our oil sticky, sludgy, not moving as fast, causing us to have a high blood pressure silently. The fried foods, the meat, the dairy, all those are acidic. Foods that we can eat on a daily basis is basically the fruits and vegetables, the divine fruits and vegetables, guys. That's what we're supposed to be having. Pineapple is known to have a very anti-inflammatory response on all conditions, whether it's joint inflammation, rheumatoid arthritis, You guys know about clogged arteries, but a lot of people don't know how to get rid of it. So just use grapefruit, use ginger, and use onion. Those things right there, mix together, blend it up, make a smoothie out of it. You can definitely get rid of the clots and things out of your blood vessels. We're gonna just work on circulation. And every night, a person needs to be putting cayenne on their foot. Put the cayenne on there so you can have the circulation that you need. Put the onion on there, get that circulation flowing. And also, you wanna use vinegar. The vinegar is gonna help heal up the ulcers on the foot. Basically, cleaning it out with acetic acid, which is vinegar, distilled vinegar, not this stuff. Everybody uses this stuff, right? The chlorophyll is the reason why a lot of people are healing. It's all in all our plants. It's very similar to our blood. It has one molecule of magnesium, and we need one molecule of iron. The chlorophyll has also something called elastin in there. So if you was dealing with the rheumatoid arthritis, the shrinkage of that cartilage, this helps build up that connective tissue. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a regular remedy just for rheumatoid arthritis since we're talking about it now. I'll probably use an ounce of chlorophyll. This is a good chlorophyll. Make sure it has manganese in there. This is nature's sunshine. I don't really promote nobody, but so I'm gonna use an ounce of it. I use distilled water on most of my things. Well, you should use distilled water because it's pure. When you're using a spring water, it's saturated with a whole bunch of other minerals. So I need to know exactly what's going on in here, So I use this distilled water because I know it's in there. So I add probably about 3 ounces to it. This is that aspirin I was talking about. Make sure I got my spoon. I'm not going to use too much aspirin. Maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon. And I have magnesium citrate. Magnesium citrate is the fastest absorbing magnesium that you can buy. I'm gonna use 1/4 of a teaspoon of magnesium citrate. Now, the person that has arthritis, once they continue to take this about 3 to 4 times a day, along with the other little protocols and things, these are natural ways to get rid of the pain. Like I said, the chlorophyll helps speed up the recovery and actually builds up that cartilage. And then as long as you continue to make sure you're eating fruits and vegetables, then you'll be fine. So they want to know if this is safe. This is safe. You can take this aspirin and chlorophyll and this distilled water and magnesium. So easy little remedy you can take. And I'll just take it right now just to make sure that y'all know that it's safe. You can use it around joints, use it on muscles. I use unrefined oil, the coconut oil. And you can make these things at home. You ain't gotta be spending all your money. It's an easy way to do things. So I'll probably put maybe a cup in there just to make sure that we can melt it down. This is what camphor actually looks like. Just as that sits in there, it'll melt down into the oils. Stir it up every now and then. Let that heat penetrate because that's what you need. People that go to the saunas, you should use this. It's going to really help with sore muscles, help your recovery much faster. That's a good way to use that. Now, camphor can help get rid of rashes. 1 cup of coconut oil and maybe 1 block of camphor would do. But there's many different benefits of it, guys. Like I said, depression, circulation, anti-inflammatory, sedative, all these different properties of just camphor. You can order that online. Start shopping more online, because you'll get a lot of things in bulk that way. What I'm going to do is switch gears a little bit. We talked a little bit about frankincense, the boswellia. There's many different benefits of that for pain relief. And I'll add something called Lugol's iodine. This has potassium iodide and potassium iodine in it. It's a 5% solution. You want to use this because it helps any infection that's going on. They use it in hospitals. They may use the Providine kind of iodine, but you want to use it this type because the iodine is selective in which parts of the body it is. Like I said, it's two different kinds. It's iodide and iodine. Iodide may be good for the breast, person going through breast cancer, prostate cancer. Most of the time, those are iodine deficiencies. A person that's going through endometriosis or PCOS, this is an iodine deficiency. So what I do for the skin, just to clear up blemishes, is put about 10 drops down in there. And if you have magnesium sulfate, which is Epsom salt, put a tablespoon of magnesium sulfate in there. You can use regular salt, not iodized salt, not the Morton sea salt, none of that stuff. But use Celtic sea salt or pink Himalayan salt.
Okay, that's what I use. It's high.
Okay. Well, this will be a good way to clear up your skin. Use this as a wash. As soon as you get out of the tub, it may sting a little bit because it's vinegar in there. It is acidic. And you got to think, your skin is acidic. It's 5.5. So that's a good way to keep blemishes and acne from starting, prevention. So